Gaffer, Charlton to come in the Virtue Trophy. Feels like we're in a really good place at the moment.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity to get everybody else involved. I think there's a lot of confidence going through the squad at the moment, and it's a good opportunity for some players who have not had as many minutes to come in and take their opportunity and obviously get their confidence up as well. So it's a big game for us because we want to win it, but we're also wary that there's probably 5 or 6 players in the last week that have done 132 minutes against Oldham, 98 minutes against Bristol, and 97, 98 minutes away with a long travel in between. So we do need to protect them players, Ollie O'Neill, Tom James, Dan Aggie. So there's 5 or 6 that we need to protect. Dan Happ still got the issue with his groin, so we'll look after him. So there will be changes.
Just how, you mentioned getting some important minutes into players that need it, just how important and how useful is a competition like this for that?
It's important because it's not friendlies, because if we didn't have this game we would arrange a friendly, because in the coming weeks we've got a hell of a lot of games coming up, so everyone's needed. And when them players get the opportunity in a week's time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, then you can't use it as an excuse that they've got no game time, they're not up to speed. So it's a good exercise for that, but we're not just giving them the game time just get minutes, we're getting them the game time under pressure to win football matches. So yeah, it's a good competition for that, and I think if you can get through this round and you start to get towards the latter stages of the tournament, and it can be exciting.
You mentioned a few of the lads there who maybe do need a little bit of a breather. Off the back of Saturday's win at Wigan, how are we looking fitness-wise?
Yeah, Dan Happ's gone for a scan today. We just want to nip it in the bud. Dom Ball's got a tight groin. Ollie O'Neill's is tired. Tom James the same, just tired. So we'll look after them. But I think it's also important when we have played Saturday, Tuesday. It's important that we freshen up. So we'll pick a team that's fresh and is ready to play.
And what's your message going to be to those lads who do come in?
Well, they've sat on the sidelines for the last few weeks. Some of them have had game time. But just a continuation of what you've seen, what you've learned over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And obviously it feels good to play. It feels good to win. And just go and do a job, and you'll get the support from the players that are not playing and the support from the staff. So listen, it's not a bad place to go and play, is it? Charlton on a Tuesday night. Great stadium, brilliant place to play football. So the players that are coming are lucky to be able to play in such a brilliant stadium and get us through to the next round.
Charlton are in different form at the moment. What kind of tests will they put to us?
Well, again, you don't really know what kind of team they're going to put in. They've got obviously a big squad, a big football club. Surprised that they're not higher up, but it'd be a difficult game because I think across the board they've got real strength in depth and some good players as well. But like I said, I think that we're in a good moment, and we'll be picking a fresh squad to go and attack it.
And I mean, this is a competition that I don't think the club have had huge success in recent years. But what would it mean to you if you can progress, and how sort of important is it for us to try and keep progressing?
Well, it's important in every tournament, and obviously the prize money is important. But listen, I won this. I think it was over 2 or 3 times as a player. Brilliant. Wembley was shut down at the time, and it was at the Millennium Stadium. Unbelievable days out for the supporters. Something to look forward to. And then I won it once as a manager when it was under COVID. So when I was at Salford, we beat Portsmouth in the final, but no supporters. So these are kind of a little bit of taste in my mouth that we didn't have a really good. You get Portsmouth at Wembley, you're talking 60, 70,000 plus. So you never know. You can you look at the history of this tournament. Sunderland have played there in recent years. Plymouth played Bolton, and a couple of weeks later the Super Bowl, or a couple of weeks before, whatever it was, the Super Bowl, and the Papa John's trophies it won was then had a bigger crowd than the Super Bowl. So it's very, very difficult for our players to get to the FA Cup final. It's very, very difficult to get to the Carabao Cup final. So to play at Wembley, you're having to get in the playoffs or this trophy. So it's an important game, and it's one that we'll be treating serious. We'll try and win it, and at the end of the day, we'll give our supporters the opportunity to try and have a tremendous day out.